You have any idea what voters will decide this election?
You know, I generally it's character. It's who's like me, who would react like me, and obviously Obama has an edge.
I mean, what makes you believe that it's character rather than best interest, economic interest?
I think people vote against their economic interests all the time. Walk around the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Walk around working class Arkansas. People vote against their economic interests. They vote. They are driven by a sense who's like me. Partisanship is not driven by ideology. People don't look at who has the best health care plan. They look at which party is filled with people like me. The Democratic Party is a party of professionals, of people who want to move, who want to have Hillary Clinton's lifestyle, Michelle Obama, Barack Obama, Elizabeth Warren. They grew up middle class. They got education.
But
they became professionals.
Where do you put the blue-collar worker in that category?
It depends what race you're talking about. The white blue-collar worker is in the Republican category. And I think looking at this convention, the Democrats have basically given up on that demographic because the ethos there, and I think it probably goes back to the history of Scots-Irish culture back in the 16th century. It's an ethos of individual self-reliance, competitive toughness. And they look around and say, well, who's like me? Who's competitive? Who's individually self-reliant? Who preaches those virtues? Well, the Republicans probably do a little more of that. And so you look at Appalachia, where a lot of this is being fought, or the Ohio Valley, where there are a lot of Scots-Irish. Those people tend to vote Republican on the working class. So John Kerry lost the white working class by 23 percentage points. Barack Obama lost it by 18 percentage points. It'll probably go up.
Do you believe the American people want to be talked to in a way that says these are the hard realities? This is the way the world is working now. We're in a bad place, and we need to do something on the revenue side. We really need to attack this problem, and I need you to support me in that effort.
Well,
we're in this boat together.
Yeah, if you ask me as a pundit, I say yes, because I'm not running for anything. So when Chris Christie gets out there and said, you know, blood, sweat, toil, and tears.
Hard choices.
Yeah, I love that. I notice politicians are not dumb. And nobody ever takes them up on that.
Those who are in office are not dumb because they got elected. You know.
But I've had this debate. I've debated Paul Ryan several times, and we have debates on the merits, but then we have a debate on the political analysis. And one of the debates we have is, I think his agenda is politically very risky, if not suicidal. He thinks, no, the country has changed. The country is willing to embrace the hard medicine.
You think it's suicidal because?
People don't trust. And for good reason. They don't trust government. So they don't trust, if they think you're going to cut me.
I think that's his point, isn't it? You shouldn't trust government.
Well, but they say, I've got my benefits right now. I've been hit. I've been hammered by stagnant wages. I've been hammered by this recession. You're going to hammer me with something else. I think you really have to give them a sense, don't worry, we will protect you, and everyone is in it together. We're all going to suffer equally. And if the Republicans could make that case forcefully, and if they could show them the graphs of where we're headed, I think maybe you could make that argument. But the way they're going about it now, I don't think they've made that argument. So I guess I'd have to say, on balance, I think it's necessary to change these entitlement programs, but I don't think the case has been made to the American people. It would take a full-bore Ross Perot, Warren Buffett, bipartisan effort.
Do you think the president knows what he'd be prepared to do if we were in a second term and he had already been elected, what he would be prepared to do, and if he engaged in a hard-headed analysis of entitlements in the same way he did Afghanistan, Pakistan?
Right. Yes.
You think
well, in conversations with me, there's people like me, let's put it that way, I think they have a story to tell, where in negotiations last summer, they were prepared to make some serious changes. But that's always in the future. For people like me, it's always Lucy's putting down the football. And in 6 months, we're really going to get to kick that football. Yeah. But then the football is never there. So I've been waiting. You know, the first 3 days before he was inaugurated, he gave a dinner with columnists, and then he went to the Washington Post, and he said 6 months from now, it's going to be all deficit reduction. We are going to hit hard on getting our situation under control. Well, it's always been 6 months in the future, and maybe it always will be.
Well, he said this before, but as you know, in that interview he said with me, you know, that his problem over the last 4 years has not been getting the policy right, it's been getting, you know, the communicating of the policy. Right, yeah. I don't want to say marketing, but communication of the policy.
Right.
Is he right about that?
Not really. Well, no, I really don't think so. He's become more of a big government guy than
than you thought he would.
Than I thought he would be, and then the American people thought he would be. So if you take
He became a big government guy in the presidency?
I have a dear friend named E.J. Dionne, who's a columnist for the Washington Post. We both really admire Obama. We admire totally different people.
Is that right?
But we both,
the Obama you see is different from the Obama that E.J. sees.
Yeah. So
tell me the difference.
So E.J. sees fighting liberal populists for the working class. Right. I see transcending guy who'll fix our politics. Yeah. And, we all...
Almost a new politics.
Right. And so we both like that guy. And I would say in the last couple of years, E.J.'s guy has emerged more than my guy. But I don't think my guy's dead.
Is there one